Hey gamers, welcome back to Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm QB Dragon, and this is the Marble Zone, the second zone of Sonic the Hedgehog. And anyone else think it looks a little bit like Altered Beast? You know, with the Roman Greek architecture, and the mountains and trees in the background, and the cloudy sky? Just a little bit. I think it does, at least up top. And of course, in Altered Beast there wasn't lava everywhere. And in the bottom, it looks nothing like this. It's a medieval dungeon with glass pillars and spikes and all that. Yeah, see? Medieval dungeon. Torches, more bars, lot more lava, glass pillars. Yeah, spikes later. Yeah, down here it doesn't look much like Altered Beast. Actually, it doesn't even look like a medieval dungeon, come to think of it. And the robotic bats, those don't help with the medieval look. But yeah, this is Marble Zone in a nutshell. I guess you could call it the fire world of Sonic 1, because it technically is the only area in the game with fire or lava at all in it. But it's more like, I don't know what type of world this would be classified as. It's kind of stony, but again, it's also got all this lava everywhere. And those blocks really should be sinking into the lava, because realistically, the blocks would not survive being in lava that long. Yeah, like this is a realistic game. Yes, very realistic with a talking blue hedgehog that runs at supersonic speeds. But anyways, back to more Altered Beast look up top. And see that platform where the fire gun was flowing along it? Flowing along it? They sink into the lava, and if they sink low enough, they catch fire. But if you're quick enough, as you might have seen earlier in this level, you can actually jump up, and the platforms won't catch fire. Just an interesting little thing. Moving on, we have Special Stage 3, my least favorite special stage, mostly because it's the one I screw up on the most. I don't like these special stages anyways, but this one is particularly bad because it's so easy to fall. Because unlike the other ones where it's like maze-like, this one is just open space, and the open space just sends you flying everywhere because you don't really have any control of yourself when you're falling down. It's a mess. I tend to fail here more often than not. I got lucky in this run. Really lucky. Spoilers. I win. But yeah, I really think this stage should have been like last or second to last at the very least, because it's just one of the worst special stages. Even though the Chaos Emerald's right in the middle, it's just so easy to miss it because you're always falling all the time and you've got no control, and half the time the stage isn't oriented right. It's just a mess. Yeah, these special stages stink. Well, until they were kind of revamped in Sonic 4. You know, they were a little better there. But that's not really important. On to Act 2 of Marble Zone. And I'd like to ask if I happen to call it Marble Garden Zone, or if I've already called it Marble Garden Zone at some point. Please don't get on my case. For some reason, I want to say Marble Garden Zone every time I name this stage, but this is not the Marble Garden Zone. I know that. I'm just stumbling over my words for some reason. It's not the Marble Garden Zone, it's the Marble Zone. That right there, that thing where Sonic uncurled from his jumping ball form, that's actually an interesting little glitch that happens only, well, I think only, in Marble Zone. When you push those blocks, Sonic sometimes if you jump right away, Sonic will uncurl from his form, and he will, there aren't any enemies around, so you can't be caught by an enemy when doing that, but it's just something that happens. And here you want to run right as fast as possible, because the lava will chase after you. Watch out for the spikes there. They will actually crush you if you are in the way when they come up. And that counts as, well, crushing is insta-kill in Sonic games, if you don't know, if I didn't already say. And so, yeah, watch out for the spikes and watch out for the lava. But like I was saying about that glitch where Sonic uncurls, it never happens when there's an enemy around, so it's not like it's a glitch that that impacts you in any significant way. It's just an interesting little thing that happens, and it's going to happen again here. Watch, push, and he uncurls at the peak of his jump. Sometimes he uncurls right away, sometimes he takes a bit to uncurl, but he generally uncurls right after pushing a block. I don't know why, it's just something interesting that happens. And here are fire pillars that are perfectly cylindrical, except at the top, which, you know, is totally realistic. That's totally how lava would shoot up. That's totally how lava shoots up in real life. Lava shoots up in real life, really. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. Moving on. What else to talk about? Well, I guess I could say that I've heard complaints about Sonic games that they're just hold right to win games, where people complain that all you have to do is hold the right on the joypad or D-pad or whatever you want to call it, and as long as you jump occasionally, you'll always win every time. Not true. And the best example of this would be every stage after the first stage in Sonic games. People who say the Sonic games are hold right to win are only looking at the first stage of every Sonic game, because later stages do not work like that in the least. Case in point, this zone. There are plenty of instances that I don't think I need to point out. These blocks that I just broke, those blocks, they give you points if you jump on them, and if you jump on them in a row, you obviously get an increase in the amount of points you receive for jumping on each block, as you could see back there. Running through the lava with invincibility hacksaws. But so those blocks, they give you points, and if you're wondering what points do in this game, you get enough points, you get an extra continue. It's not that great, but it's something for people who have a hard time with the game. I'm not having a hard time with the game because I grew up with this game. I've known this game for a while. I totally did not have to get used to it again because I hadn't played it in over 10 years. Nope, not at all. On to stage 4. In a minute. Once I jumped the gun there. Yeah, I jumped the gun. Now on to stage 4. Bing! Falling... Okay, so this is stage 4. Special stage 4. And again, it's a maze area. Nothing special. What you want to do here is not take any of the branching pathways. They always lead to a goal thing, unless there's an arrow there. Like you saw that the arrow made of rings. If there's an arrow of rings, then that points you in the right direction, and that's the only time you want to take a branching path down this stage. If there isn't an arrow of rings there, don't take that path. But yeah, that's just the only advice I can give you here. Also, try to avoid falling really fast. That'll get you killed. Almost got me killed if you didn't see. Whew. I'm not used to talking this much, guys. I'm normally a quiet guy. I'm really not used to talking this much. My sides are hurting. And I've been, like, making voice recordings multiple times. Ugh. It's painful. But I'm gonna keep at it. Why? Because I want to. I literally dodged a bullet there. Left there, you saw that little indent there? That is not a secret cavern with extra ring boxes like it was in the previous zones. That is actually an alternate pathway. You take that pathway and you'll end up in a different part of this act of the zone. I don't like going down that way because I'm more used to going down this way, but if you want to go down that way, you can, so I'm just pointing that out now. And there's some crushing glass pillars again. Get a barrier over here. This is only if you took the pathway I took. I don't think this stuff is available if you took the other pathway. Because, well, you'll see in a minute. After I hit that switch. See those breakable blocks there? That's the pathway. That's where you would pop out if you'd taken the other pathway. So I don't think you can get this barrier if you take that pathway. There might be another barrier for that pathway. I'm not sure. I haven't played it enough to like really know what is down that pathway. But that is a pathway you can take. So, you know, just saying. That's up there is a ledge that you can jump to on this first fire pillar, but it's actually more advisable to wait for the second fire pillar, which gets you up here closer. because it's a lot safer than jumping on that pillar and waiting for this one block to pop out of the wall. It's just a safer route to go the way I took, and it also takes less time. If you go the other way, if you jump on that little indent in the wall, it actually takes a little more time to wait for stuff to appear, and you gotta be more careful with your jump, and you know, it's just easier to take the second fire pillar. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, yeah. Moving on, because I need to move on with something. Why did I push the wall? I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know! I just was. More breakable blocks. Get more points if you hit them in a row. And don't hold right to win, because you will not win. You will be crushed. What you're supposed to do here is see that block in the lava. If you jump on it, it's going to start moving forward, and then what you're supposed to do is jump on this block, if I'll get on it. Yeah, jump on that block and move, and it'll move to the right, and then the block will be down there in the lava, and you can jump on it and get up here without taking any risks. But I felt like being a I felt like being a complete show-off, and just did it without that aid. But if you don't want to be a daredevil like I was, you want to hit that block down there first. So yeah. And ow, fail. Yeah, I failed there. Oh well. I can think of worse ways to fail. It's not like I lost all my rings. It's not like I died. It's not like I got crushed. I think that will crush you, actually. I'm not entirely sure, but I think if you stand under it, the spikes will not just... I think... Actually, no. The spikes don't... The spikes on those things don't count as crushers. Because, and, like, if you remember earlier, I had invincibility and I went through the spikes. That's your proof right there. Those spikes don't act as crushers. Some spikes do, some spikes don't. It just depends. So, you know, just warning you there. Right in this block. Taking forever. Not taking forever because we're off the block. And these spikes, they jut out every other step, obviously, so they're pretty easy to avoid. These are pillars. Don't stand on these weights too long, because if you stand on them too long, obviously they're going to pull up into the ceiling, and Sonic will be crushed, and that's no good. So, yeah, we're almost at the end of Act 3, about to fight Dr. Eggman! And here he is. Dr. Eggman's second machine shoots fire onto the two platforms that you have to fight him, and what you're supposed to do is jump across to the other platform that he's not about to put fire on, and then hit him as he's crossing over, and then jump back over. But I was being... I don't know what I was being, but clearly I nearly died. Nearly. Not quite, but I still lost all my rings, so... You know, I tried to speed through it, I lost my rings for it. So that's lesson learned. Don't speed through the bosses. Anyway, we'll move on to Spring Yard Zone Act 1 in the next episode. See you guys. Bye.